What is up, all you beautiful nerds from around the world? It is Star Wars Sunday.
Star Wars Sunday.
And boy, oh boy, Justin, do we got some spicy stuff to talk about.
I mean, I like Palpatine a lot.
Yeah, I like Palpatine a lot. A lot, too. Guys, if you're just joining us, I just want to remind everybody, this is what's going on today. This is how it's going to work. We are going to be talking about this not Last Jedi, the Rise of Skywalker
Yes,
leak. Yeah, the Rise of Skywalker leak.
If there are Last Jedi leaks now, they're kind of late.
I'm going to go ahead and say that I don't believe them. But yeah, so we're going to get into the leaks that happened yesterday. Jedi Praxis dropped some crazy leaks in the Star Wars Leaks subreddit, and it's driven the internet a little bit crazy because they sort of fly in the face of some of the other leaks we've been talking about.
Yeah, they're pretty spicy.
Yeah, they're pretty spicy. And so I think from what I've read and a lot of the discourse I've seen online is like people are trying to decide how much do we believe here? What do we believe in general? So we're going to get into that. And then at the end of this video, we're going right into a stream of Battlefront 2.
I've been practicing.
Yeah.
I'm actually decent. I've been playing on PC too, so I've been fighting against hackers and still not going negative. So
there you go.
I think I'm okay.
There you go. That's pretty brilliant stuff. What's up, chat? We see you coming in. We got to be talking about What's up, C-Mob? We got plenty to talk about. So, guys, we'll talk a little bit about our opinions on some of these things with the leaks, and then we will, of course, get into Q&A as well. So, bring your questions. Yo, what's up, Ryan? We were just talking about you, bro. We were just talking. Yeah, yep. So, what is up, brother? I hope Rey is Palpatine's granddaughter and she goes dark. Okay, so let's start with this, Justin. We'll do this as more and more people get in here. Camera audio is messed up. Uh-oh. It's probably just a little bit delayed is what it is. I think that because we're saving the good camera for the Twitch stream. So.
Yeah, he's using the Logitech camera, which isn't super good.
Nope, it's not the best, but that might actually fix it or at least help out a little bit what we just did there.
Yeah, it's a lot of weird stuff. Like I recently had to fix some audio delay issues on the gaming channel because HitFilm decided to update and it was like, hey, our standard's going to be 25 FPS for your video, not 30. And I'm like, thanks, guy. Yeah. Thanks. You're ruining me.
That's pretty ridiculous.
I fixed it, though.
Yeah,
I think we're okay.
Let us know. Is that audio a little bit better? Yeah, that should probably be a little bit better. Okay, so first thing I want to know from you. No delay anymore.
You did it.
That's because we freak out on these programs all the time. When the cameras are off, usually me, I'm like, oh, this... Gosh dang, I'll keep it censored, but usually I'm like, this expletive program or this expletive piece of equipment, I get really upset about it. But here we go. Question to you, my friend. What do you think, just broadly speaking, about leaks in general? Do you think they sort of like ruin things, or like where are you at with leaks? Do you follow the leak train?
I do follow the leak train, but I do think it's on like a case-by-case basis. So I'm one of those people where if you spoil a piece of media for me, it just makes me super hyped to actually see X, Y, or Z thing play out. Like, I've had like that Demon Slayer anime that's going off the chain that people are super hyped about. Yeah. I've had that spoiled for me. I had the whole Kylo Ren is Ben Solo thing spoiled for me before The Force Awakens came out. Yeah. So... But honestly, none of that ruined the experiences for me. I'm just super, super hyped to watch X, Y, or Z thing happen. I had Mass Effect 3 spoiled for me. I still enjoyed the crap out of that game. But I can definitely understand the sentiment of wanting to be completely surprised in your piece of media. So, like, it's a case-by-case basis. You have to look into how you like to experience your piece of media. Are you just all about being in that hype moment regardless of what happened to it before, or do you like to be surprised? It really depends. But me personally, I'm cool with leaks. I follow leaks. It just makes me more hyped to see X, Y, or Z thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and my thing. Okay, so here's what's interesting. So I'm just curious. Did some of these experiences because there's a difference in my opinion between spoilers and leaks. Mm-hmm. So some of these things that got spoiled for you, was it from leaks or was it from spoilers?
It was from leaks. It was from leaks. Like the Mass Effect thing
was leaked?
Ben Solo thing I saw leaked like a couple months before the movie came out. Wow. The Mass Effect thing specifically, I wandered into some Mass Effect leaks and I found out that like Also, spoilers for Mass Effect 3, a very old game, but I found out that, like, Morden died, and I still cried like a wuss.
Okay.
Because I am. But, like, I still enjoyed the hell out of that moment.
Yeah. Well, so for me, like, okay, so the one thing I always go back to is Endgame. So Endgame, we were getting like a bajillion leaks. Thank you, Second Stream Marvel Trinity. I see you, man. So close to 100K. Tell and share with a friend. Yes, you should. And if everybody could like this stream, that would be amazing. We got a spicy stream for you guys today. So when it comes to Endgame, I was following the leak train the whole time, but then once the movie actually was being screened, I shut down from that completely because I didn't want actual spoilers. So, like, to me, even a leak that I'm pretty sure is credible, like, the reason I don't consider it spoilers is because usually it's secondhand information that's being, like, confirmed by this party,
and it might not even be accurate.
Correct. And you don't know for sure if it's accurate. But it's a difference of someone hearing something from sources and speculation, and then someone that's like, oh, yeah, I just got out of the movie, here's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to me, I don't want that at all. But as far as leaks go, I'm totally okay with it, and I don't think they hurt anything necessarily. Now, the next question, what I wanted to ask you, and I want to open this up to you guys in chat because I'm interested to see what people think. Do we think that Lucasfilm could actually and potentially be putting out fake leaks out there into the ether?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Now, do you think that with these leaks that we're about to talk about specifically?
I would say some portions of these leaks do seem, like, forced, like, don't seem super, super accurate. I almost feel like there's kernels of truth in these leaks that are things that are actually going to happen in the movie, but it's so mixed up in there and jumbled in there with stuff that's actually fake that we can't discern real from fake, which I honestly think that would be a great strategy if you're putting out fake leaks, to actually put real stuff in there, but jumble it up to the point where nobody can tell what's real and what's fake, so they start doubting information that's actually real.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're putting out fake leaks, they're doing a good job.
Yeah, I agree, and I almost get the vibe, and the reason I ask that specifically for this one is because, dude, these leaks really seem different than a lot of the other leaks that we've been getting. Mm-hmm. And I know for a fact that at least a month ago, maybe more, maybe a couple months ago, there was a big sort of kerfuffle in the Star Wars leaks subreddit. There was some people that were contacted by Disney. Disney was trying to lock down on leaks, I believe. Okay? And so with regards to that, it almost seems like if they went in there just to understand how this is happening, I've always said, and I still hold true to this, that if these companies start putting out stuff that is to the normal channels, like if it's a production company, like one of my best sources ever worked in a certain department for the movies. Okay, now this is actually like she's a freelance and she gets hired by this other company that then is contracted by Disney, right? And she was literally showing me all these different things on her computer, all these things that I wasn't supposed to know. Like I knew what DJ's outfit looked like and what these characters looked like before the movie came out.
Ooh.
Right? And the thing about that is, if the companies and if JJ and all these people that are working with the film, they start to realize that, hey, if we do like 3 costumes for each character and some of them we won't even use, maybe you spend a little extra money, but you at least keep the possibility of these fake leaks coming out. And so just when I think back to the fact that that's what was going on a couple of weeks ago, where they were like, okay, something's going on in the subreddit, and then all of a sudden we get this leak by Jedi Praxis, it really does feel like the leaks themselves could be fake.
I mean, we've got Ryan Hickman here in the comments saying, leaks don't ruin the watching of the movie, but it helps build anticipation and hype. Mm-hmm. These companies really need to, like, hire people that are actually super well-versed in internet culture and do stuff like you're just saying, because keeping the discussion going as much as you can online is really what helps keep this anticipation for the movie alive. I mean, you want the Star Wars Reddit, the Star Wars leaks Reddit, all these different places blowing up every single day with stuff, because that's going to keep people invested in the movie. That's going to keep people straight up wanting to go see it day one, wanting to see it twice, 3 times, etc., because they already got that big anticipation built. They've got all that excitement built in there, and that excitement might even survive more than one screening of the movie.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it's a very useful thing. So, okay, so that's kind of us just talking about it. Now let's get into a little bit of the leak specifically in here. Let's start with Palpatine. So, one of the things that's within this leak that's so interesting to me, and it's so different, and we're going to talk about this. I want to know what you guys think in chat as well. Tuned in and thought I was seeing double. Yeah, man.
Every day.
Yep.
Every time.
So, Palpatine. The leaks before this one were all insinuating that Palpatine was dead. He died in Endor, but he was like somehow still alive. In a way, he was alive, and then he sort of possesses a new, younger body. And a lot of us were thinking this is Matt Smith. This is where a lot of the Matt Smith stuff comes from.
Can we talk about our theory on what body he possesses really quick?
Yes,
I loved it. So Josh and I had a conversation before this that Palpatine barely survives, makes it to Endor, possesses an Ewok.
Yes.
And we get some movie in renditions of a dark Ewok possibly murdering other Ewoks.
Yeah.
And with Ewoks as my personal least favorite thing in the entire Star Wars universe, even less like than Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Because Jar Jar was cool in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
That would make the movie an instant 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Given an Oscar.
Guys, imagine
Perfect.
this scene. Imagine this scene. Palpatine's spirit, and he's like still like within his old body, and the Death Star crashes into Endor, and he's like dying, and these Ewoks walk up to him, you know what I mean? And then he's like, I shall possess you, and he like literally goes in it, and then you get red eyes on this little Ewok badass, and then these Ewok friends are like, and then he's just like stab through the eye, stab through the face. Yeah, that would be amazing.
Yeah, Ewok force lightning other Ewoks.
Yes,
gimme.
Yes, that would be amazing. So that's our leak, which we're gonna put on Reddit tomorrow.
There you go.
Blow it up.
It's perfect.
But yeah, so originally we thought Palpatine was gonna be dead. The new leak is suggesting that this old, decrepit, freaking bum,
113 years old,
yeah, somehow
alive.
still alive. So not only does he survive the Death Star blowing up
while he's in the reactor core.
While he's in the reactor core, he's pretty close to it. Not only does he survive that, he survives old age into the age of 113. So what do you think's going on here? Do you believe the old leak where he's dead and he comes back, or do you believe that it's possible that he's somehow still alive from Return of the Jedi?
Okay, so can we reference the magnificent Darth Vader comic here for a sec?
Of course.
So Vader down. Vader
Yes.
crash landing, suit destroyed, literally survives days on the planet without a breathing apparatus from sheer rage. Do I think that Palpatine using the Force over the sheer rage of his perfect empire crumbling would be enough to keep him alive? Palpatine, probably the second strongest Force user in the history of time next to Anakin Skywalker, the Chosen One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would almost say, so a couple of different things to unpack there, and I want to know what you guys think in chat, because we're getting into some really fun stuff. But, so I have another example. Darth Maul. Cut in half, bro. Cut in half and left for dead.
Well, listen, the saber cauterizes the wound.
It does cauterize the
there's
wound.
that.
but you're still missing a good bit of organs, I think, particularly some really fun ones. But if Darth Maul can survive from that kind of hatred as well, because think about it, he survives off of hatred as well, just like Vader and Vader down. So, like, do we think that Palps could survive off of pure hatred? I would say so, because even though Anakin had a lot of rage and he maybe was more angry than Palpatine, I'd have to say that Palpatine was probably stronger within the dark side. So
probably,
I think so. So he would be able to sort of hold himself up like that. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Palpatine could have survived, and would we be okay with him literally being alive this whole time? Because I don't know. I think there's a portion of the fan base here that wouldn't like the fact that this sort of diminishes Anakin and the Chosen One and the prophecy, right? Because if he didn't truly defeat the Sith, then it kind of diminishes it.
Just a bit. I mean, there's always that theory out there. It's always floating around. The prophecy was kind of crap.
Yeah,
it wasn't actually a thing. It was just Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon kind of picked up this kid from Tatooine and ended up kind of goofing.
Yeah. And no, C-Mob, I will not shave this beard for 100K. I'll shave this beard. This is the only way I'll shave it, and this won't happen. I'll shave this beard if we get 100K subs in a single month.
Ooh.
So we'd have to go from 100K to 200K in a month. So if you really want this beard shave, figure that out. Let's see here. We got some... he does tell Anakin he basically found a way to cheat death, so I think his body gone, but the spirit will still remain. As long as it makes Star Wars sense, then I'm on with it. But that Anakin thing does kind of bother me. Yeah, so I think some fans... But here's the thing. Either way, Palpatine's coming back. So either way, it kind of hurts the prophecy, right?
Yeah, it does.
Right. So, but here's the way I think that we're going to read this, and the reason that the Skywalker saga will be concluded is because Ben, as an extension of his grandfather, an extension of the Skywalker line, will still bring balance. Do you know what I mean? So, like, we still will get the prophecy. It's kind of done now, but not.
I mean, we're
totally done.
We're like pretty sure Rise of Skywalker is in a reference to Ben. Mm-hmm. Like that's pretty much what the title's referencing. That's straight up it.
Yeah, I think so too. So that's where we're at, the Palpatine thing. Now let's talk about this other aspect of it, and this is really interesting to me. Leia.
There's a lot to unpack in these leaks of Leia.
There's a lot of Leia stuff. Yo, of course you can, Steven Sullivan. Of course you can get that shout out, bruh.
There we go.
But So when it comes to Leia, we knew there was going to be a lot of Leia in this movie. Mm-hmm. They're using a lot of cool techniques. They're bringing her in with changing her outfit, changing the background with her, taking a lot of the stuff from The Force Awakens. But in these leaks, it gets real wild, dude.
She has the beginning of the movie. Let's talk about the leak in the beginning of the movie because it's very Leia focused. Yeah. So apparently in the beginning of the movie, there is a flashback. Mm-hmm. It starts in a flashback, and it's Luke trying to complete Leia's Jedi training. Mm-hmm. So there's apparently a Luke versus Leia Jedi training lightsaber battle in the beginning of the film. And it ends with Leia refusing to complete her Jedi training because she's pregnant with Ben.
Yeah. And I totally dig it, and I buy it. Because in the Last Jedi novelization, it's clearly stated that Luke did give her training. Mm-hmm. So she did receive training.
I mean, how else can she do that thing you hated?
Yeah, well, I mean, let's just be real. I wasn't the only one that hated that. But, yeah, there's plenty of context to say that, she was trained by Luke. Now, if we get a scene, truly, honestly, this is just me. I can only speak for me, and you got to take it with a big old fanboy grain of salt because I'm a big old fanboy. But I will freak out in a good way if there's a scene with a younger Luke and Leia training with lightsabers.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, that's just amazing. Like, that's something I've wanted.
That's super cool.
Yeah, that's something that...
I mean, there's that AU comic where, like, Luke couldn't beat Vader, so Leia fights Vader.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, in the original version of... George has a lot of different thoughts and stuff, and it all kind of gets refined. But there's this original version where Leia was not going to be the sister, but Luke did have a sister, and she was like this badass Jedi, like totally amazing, and she actually trains him.
Ooh,
and, helps him get to the level. So yeah,
that's neat.
There's a lot of really cool stuff that they were doing with that, and yeah, I'd really like it a lot actually if we get that scene with Leia. But beyond even that, let's talk about this in the leaks. Leia is sort of a surrogate Jedi Master for Rey.
Yeah, like she trains Rey.
So how do you feel about that?
And
yeah, I mean
that I'm not. I like the flashback. Let's get to the stuff I like. I like the flashback.
Okay.
I like the fight. I don't really like Leia sort of continuing some sort of training with Rey. I don't really feel like that's a role that Leia would willingly take on, as a character, because she's kind of trying to ramshackle the resistance. And Leia's biggest strength, and part of the reason I really like her as a character, is she's an amazing general. She's a military mastermind. She's a commando. She's super amazing in that role. Mm-hmm. So I would almost feel like I would like her taking on that role in sort of like that capacity rather than like the mystic space wizard capacity, because I don't really get mystic space wizard from Leia.
Yeah, so I'm gonna have to agree with you. I feel like it's a little overstepping if Leia starts to train Rey. Now, I think there's a way they could accomplish similar things where Leia is continuing sort of the ideas of hope, because you got to think about it. Leia sends Rey to Luke. Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of fans had trouble with it. And look, one of the things I'm really hoping for with Episode 9 is that it gives more context to things we saw in 8. And that's ultimately what usually happens in sequels. That's usually a positive effect of doing 3 movies and closing stuff out at the end. But I think that there should be a more explicit reason that Leia sends Rey. And this connection that Luke and Leia have, I think, is really real, and I think it's going to continue into 9. But I almost feel like Leia shouldn't be the one training Rey, but she should maybe be there nudging her, or at least maybe reminding her of what she's got to do.
Mm-hmm. You know, pushing her in the right direction.
Yeah, pushing her in the right direction. I do want to say, too, there's one thing in the leak that I'm actually pretty sure this is real, because I've heard from other people, other positive leakers, that this is going to happen. Force Ghost Luke Skywalker is going to show up at a moment when Rey is really frustrated and sort of going down a bad way, mm-hmm. and she's going to throw the lightsaber, and Force Ghost Luke Skywalker is going to catch it.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I think. I'm going to call this. I'm telling you right now. Guys, remember, you know how we do this? Look, get your clips ready. Clip this after the movie comes out. You got to put this online and prove that I was right about this. Justin, give him one of these and hold this for a second. All right, you guys got it? You got it for the screenshot? Okay, so here it is. Luke's going to catch that lightsaber, and he's going to make a joke about how he threw the lightsaber. Dude, he is. He's going to say something to the effect of, well, I've been there too, or something like that. You know what I mean? Like just downplaying the him throwing the lightsaber thing. I'm telling you that's going to be in the movie.
Yeah,
dude.
I want it.
Yeah,
I want it.
I want it too. I think it would make a lot of sense. But yeah, that's an interesting aspect with that Leia character. Do you expect her to how much screen time do you think she's getting in this movie?
Leia, I mean, they've talked about her being a core of the movie, like a main focus of the movie. So I really think they just basically grabbed all of that old footage and they're just going to paste as much of it as humanly possible in the movie. So I think she's going to be in the movie more than she was in Last Jedi.
Okay.
In all honesty.
Yeah. I also like in the leak, and I'm not sure how much of this is true or not, but I like in the leak how Luke is going to have one more lesson for Leia. I think it's going to be the training of the Force Ghost. So I think at the end of the movie, we'll get Force Ghost Luke, Force Ghost Leia, and Force Ghost Anakin, all the Skywalkers, somewhere. You know, there's talks that in this leak, it's on Tatooine. I've heard that before, that it'll end with the twin sons, which I think is pretty poetic. But yeah, if all of the Skywalkers are there with Rey, like while that's going down, I will think that's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Are you a big proponent of Anakin being represented by Hayden Christensen? Because I know people hated that in the Return of the Jedi redo, but man, I love me some Hayden Christensen.
Yeah,
it's
got to be Hayden.
Yeah, as a controversial Star Wars fan, I mean, a lot of my favorite stuff about Star Wars is from the prequels.
Yeah.
Sorry, like
dude, say it loud, say it proud.
My top 2 favorite things are number 2. Ian McDiarmid, Palpatine. Number 1, Ewan McGregor, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Literally my favorite thing about Star Wars, period.
Yeah, those are 2 damn good things, dude. I gotta say. And the prequels are in such a cool place right now because we're about to play this Battlefront 2 game when we get out of here. And there's a lot of prequel stuff.
Yeah, they just updated it with a lot of battle droid skins and all that.
And I love it.
Which you can be the training battle droids they had on Camino, like the ones they took and repainted and all that. Oh, that's a skin. You can be them.
Okay, cool. I love I was just introduced to the commando droids.
Ooh, yeah.
Those things are disgusting, dude.
They're real good.
Those are so good. I love playing as them. But I just think it's really cool that I was getting hyped about prequel stuff being in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And we will get there with the sequel trilogy. I know right now it's pretty contentious and there's things, still going on, but we'll get there, dude. We'll get to this point where even people that didn't like the sequel trilogy will like the memes. They'll, it will have its sort of resurgence the same way the prequels did.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're gonna get people that are super hyped. Like, what, you can be a First Order trooper with the shock stick from The Force Awakens?
Yeah, 100%,
what?
100%. Yeah, I think there'll be a lot of flavor like that.
It's just gonna take time. We're gonna be old men, but it'll happen.
I think that's the pattern with Star Wars. You know what I mean? And you know what else I was thinking about? And we're going down a rabbit hole. We're just getting really tangenty here, but I think the new Old Republic movies that Dan and Dave are doing, I think they're going to have a lot of prequel flavor.
Oh my gosh.
Dude,
yeah.
They have to, right?
I mean, what? There's like that one meme where it's like a SpongeBob meme,
yeah,
and
dude,
it's like
Ken posted that, and I told
that
him,
one. Yes,
yeah, I hit him up in private message. I said, "This is what I want to show everyone when they ask me why we need Old Republic."
Yeah,
and he put it up.
It's
there.
it's like Jedi and the Old Republic. It's
God.
super ripped SpongeBob with red laser eyes. I'm like, yes,
dude, that's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need. There, yeah, you got that photo tag? Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, guys, it's Star Wars Sunday. Not that we can't do MCU stuff, but you're gonna have to drop a super chat for us to talk about that.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry.
Star Wars Sunday. I'm sorry. I talk about so much Marvel all the time. Trust me, the Marvel stuff ain't going nowhere. But Star Wars Sunday, we talk Star Wars. Okay, so let's talk at the end of this. Let's talk about the most important thing, the thing we both really badly want to happen and we're hoping is true. And even if everything in this plot leak is fake except for this one thing, let it be real. We're talking about Rey being related to Palpatine. We're talking about Rey being related to Palpatine. So I am fully on board with this.
Gimme.
Yes. Let's talk about how this could go down in the movie. What would your reaction be if we actually see this in the film?
So I would probably scream.
Yeah.
Like, vocalize inhuman sounds of excitement about this. Yeah. I would love it. I mean, they were talking about in the leaks, on this leak, how that would tie in. Like, Kylo says Rey's parents were nobody.
Yeah.
And that still applies.
Mm-hmm.
Rey's parents are nobody, but he doesn't say anything about Rey's grandfather being nobody.
Yeah.
So boom, Rey's grandpa is Palpatine.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Palpatine is a proud grandpap.
Yeah.
For his
young
little granddaughter being insanely powerful with the Force.
Oh,
can we get a Force lightning battle between Old Man Palpatine and Rey? I'm down.
Yeah, I am so. I think it would go a long way to improve the character and to bring people. And I said this in the video I did yesterday, just bonus video when I heard about the leak. I think it would go a long way to bring fans that don't like Rey that much. They feel she's really overpowered and all these different things. I feel like this would bring a lot of those people back over to this side.
That's why the Force is genetic. It's been proven time and time again
which I actually have a theory. I've thought a lot about this, that the Jedi actually were against, they wanted celibacy because they actually didn't want to create more powerful Force users.
Mm-hmm.
And so there's a part of this where they're like, we don't want progeny of Jedi because it's already hard enough to keep these people in line.
Yeah, I mean, there's what in the legends? Like the Keldromas. The Keldromas are super OP because they allowed that in the clan, and just like Ulic Keldroma, absurdly powerful.
Yeah, dude. And if we get I think that is something that should be put into the canon. And I saw some people comment on the video I did yesterday saying, well, how would Palpatine have all children and stuff? Dude, I'm pretty sure he has so in the Lando comic, they steal one of his yachts, and it's literally self-described as a pleasure yacht. And so I'm pretty sure Palpatine, even though we didn't see it on screen, I'm pretty sure Palpatine was knocking boots all over the place.
Listen. Would you not want to sort of try and get yourself in on the power base with the Emperor? Do you not want to be Empress?
Yeah, I mean, everybody, even and one of the Emperor's concubines likely has more power than a lot of other people.
Oh, yeah.
That's how a lot of this shit works. So, yeah, dude, I'm all about it. And you know what else, too? We got to get into this. We got to talk about this. We got to talk about the Sith dagger. Because what's really interesting here is even though the connection to Palpatine and Rey is going to exist, I have it on pretty good authority that there is going to be a connection between Rey and Palpatine in this film, and that this Sith dagger is a real thing. So basically what happened, Justin, was the day before Jedi Praxis put out his leaks, Jason Ward from Making Star Wars put out his leaks, which talk about this Sith dagger. And the Sith dagger is also mentioned in the Praxis leaks. And the Praxis leaks say that the Sith dagger was used to kill Rey's parents. So the connection, what Jason is saying is the connection between Palpatine and Rey is not very clear. What Praxis came out and said is this is Palpatine's granddaughter. So what do you think about this Sith dagger? How could this, given your knowledge of the Sith and things from EU and stuff, how do you think this could work together?
So, I mean, Sith things are powered by dark side energy. They're powered by rage. They're powered by hate. They're powered by, like, murder in general.
Yeah.
So, do I believe that Palpatine would have sacrificed his child and his wife in some Sith ritual using a powerful Sith artifact to extend his own life?
Yeah.
Do you even need to answer me on that?
Yeah, 100% he would, yeah. 100%.
Like, come on.
So that's a very good possibility. I actually had another idea here, too. So what if, just like Shmi, what if there was no father, okay? And what if whoever Rey's mother was just some person on Jakku that Palpatine, by manipulating the midichlorians, created a Force birth. So technically not like his daughter in a sense, or his granddaughter in a sense, but not really. And what if he viewed like he didn't want the mother and that connection to exist because he's trying to just breed a calloused dark side warrior. And Rey's constant wanting to belong is a part of what he hopes to manipulate. So if the Sith dagger is used on the mother to kill the virgin mother and leave the Force birth virgins alone, like, you kind of see where my head is going at with this?
I would say you'd be giving the character too much credit for manipulating things if that character wasn't Palpatine.
Yeah.
So
that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I mean, like, we'll just have to see how it goes. But I love the idea of the Sith dagger. Just in general, I love the idea of Sith artifacts, particularly with us heading towards Old Republic. Some of this stuff I think is going to come back.
Yeah.
And if we get into the Old Republic and there's just tons of Sith, and we learn way more about their culture, their beliefs, how they imbued things with power, there's a lot to that. So, dude, Sith dagger, I'm on board.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm hoping it. I really want to see how it happened and what's going on with Rey exactly and that whole thing. But what do you guys think in chat? Let us know in chat. What do you think about these new leaks and some of the stuff that we've been talking about? We'll get into Q&A. Probably go for like 20 minutes here on Q&A, and then we'll ramp right into our Battlefront 2 stream. Guys, we're going to self-raid. So before this stream ends, the Twitch stream will start, and we'll put the link in here so people can literally jump right from this stream onto the Twitch stream. It's going to be dope.
Yeah.
But let's get to some of these questions.
Let's see what we got.
Let's see here. Yova says, Josh, these new leaks are fake, but Rey has to be a Kenobi. You want to take that? What do you think?
I would ask, why does Rey have to be a Kenobi?
Yeah. So, Yova, first of all, there's no way everything in those leaks are fake because some of the things in that leak have been talked about before. So, I don't think they're completely fake. I will agree, though, that I think if I had to weigh Jedi Praxis' credibility versus Jason Ward, I would say Praxis is less credible because Jason has been sitting on stuff. So even though this guy's been sitting on stuff too, Jason sits on stuff until he can confirm with like 5 sources. Mm-hmm. Like I've heard him talk about this where he's like, I know this thing, but I don't want to talk about it until I get it confirmed from this, that, and the other. So I think Jason is more credible. But just because he is, that doesn't mean that Praxis is completely wrong.
No, not at all.
I wouldn't say, Yova, that these new leaks are total crap. And as far as the granddaughter of Obi-Wan, I'm a big fan of that too.
Yeah.
I think that's dope. I think that would be really cool. But I like the Palpatine a little bit more. I think Palpatine does a little bit more for her character.
Yeah, Palpatine does a little bit more for Star Wars in general. Yeah. I mean, he's ever present. Like, even since Episode 1, he's always there. He's always doing something. He's always manipulating something. Even with, like, the Darth Maul cameo in Solo, that ties Palpatine into Solo.
Yeah, it does. It does. And there's some interesting ways that Solo might end up tying into the Obi-Wan series because they just announced that 11 years into Kenobi's stay on Tatooine is when the series is going to take place. And that lines up pretty closely with Solo, actually. So
yeah, it's like during Solo.
Ryan Hickman asks, y'all's opinion on who the Skywalker is that's going to rise?
It's Ben.
Yeah, we both really believe that it will be Ben Solo. And technically, he's not like a Skywalker, but he's got Skywalker blood. And him rising to the occasion and solidifying the Skywalker lineage and what their legacy is, I think that's the whole game.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see here. Why do you think desert planets always have some kind of force connections? Tatooine, Jeddah, Jakku, Korriban, even Malachor. So here's the thing. This is what Dave Filoni answered. All planets have a connection to the force.
Yeah.
Because there's life, right? And so where there's life, and even when there's not life, the force binds everything together, right? Every object, everything is bound together by the force. So all planets are connected to the force. Some planets have a stronger force connection due to either avergence or just where they exist, like via the cosmic plane. And so certain planets like Lothal are very strong with the force, and that temple is very powerful. So yeah, it's not just desert planets.
Yeah, it's just a little like it's more of like a story device, kind of how Star Wars always seems to go back to places that are familiar. That's just always been a constant thing. I mean, like, you can go back to Tatooine in Knights of the Old Republic and the Old Republic. So it's just trying to keep that theming. Tatooine has just been so iconic. The desert motif has just been so iconic to Star Wars.
Yeah.
So it's not really like a story decision in terms of the lore. It's a story decision of bringing the fans back somewhere that's familiar.
Yeah, and I think you could maybe make an argument that in George's mind, he would consider most planets to look like that. I would say probably most planets are pretty desolate. In our universe, there's very few planets that exist in that happy medium where we think life can exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time, like if we went to Mars, guys, Mars is worse than Tatooine.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be tough.
Yeah. Mars is far less hospitable than Tatooine.
Yeah, so I think there's something to be said for that as well. And also just the fact that, particularly with early on, Star Wars had to look for environments that exist natively on this planet that seem alien.
Yeah.
So certain jungles, in Endor and stuff, and certain deserts look really alien. It's actually crazy that more planets in Star Wars don't seem to have multi-climates, and they all seem to be pretty, like, universally the same. That's actually bizarre.
It's honestly really, like, fantastical that there's so many planets in Star Wars in one single galaxy that can sustain life. Yeah.
Yeah, that is a plot device.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff. Let's see here. The biggest thing that makes me think this leak is fake is that there's no way Palpatine would give up his power to Rey and Kylo as his heirs. Okay, so this aspect of the leak does seem really out of character for Palpatine, but it could be just the way that Jedi practice is interpreting what is being told.
Yeah.
So, like, if Palpatine wants his empire to live forever, and he wants people loyal to him in the sense of family, then perhaps, like, it could be a thing in the script, or maybe someone heard that Palpatine wants Kylo Ren and Rey to serve the new empire, and then someone just kind of, it's like a game of telephone.
Yeah.
Right? And so they're like, oh, dude, did you hear this crazy thing? Dude, Palpatine wants the empire to be ruled by Rey and Kylo Ren. But in all actuality, what he's saying is he wants it to be ruled by all three of them, right? So, like, I think there's potentially misinterpretations of that statement. You know what I mean? Let's see here.
What's this fantastical Justin from the Den of Nerds Gaming? What is that?
Well, I think you actually had said that earlier, right? Where you were
my fantastical, yes, or something fantastical.
Like that. Yeah, something like that. Matt C. says, with then talking about force possession with Momin's mask not long ago, don't you think that's most likely the way Palpatine comes back? Yeah, totally. It's very possible that there is something going on with so Momin's mask. Did you read that in the comics?
That, no.
So it's a Sith mask that has the spirit of an ancient Sith trapped within it. And Vader is able to bring that spirit from the nether back into our world, and it possesses whoever the mask is on. So the spirit possesses it. And so a lot of people were pointing at that and saying, yeah, this seems probably like the way they could handle Palpatine. And I do think it's possible we go the
like maybe it's the dagger?
Maybe it's the dagger. Could be the dagger, yeah. So I think that's totally possible, man. That's a good way to go with it, and I think it would make sense to me. Why would Palpatine want to give his empire to Anakin's grandson when Anakin tried to kill him? Yeah, that I actually do agree with you, Athenia. That's a tough pill for me to swallow.
Could be pride. I couldn't manipulate this Skywalker, so maybe I can manipulate this Skywalker, and then I win in the end.
Dude, I'm about to say something really inappropriate. Nah, I'll PG it for you guys. But let me just say it this way: maybe he knows that the ladies in the Palpatine bloodline got it like that, and so he knows the true way. He knows the true way to manipulate a Skywalker.
I'm sorry, I'm dead.
Yeah, and I have a very inappropriate way that I was thinking that in my head that we will not say. But yeah, that could be the way right there.
Good Lord, man.
Yeah. Al Schuler loves it. Yo, Al, are you hopping on Battlefront with us in a little bit here? Let me know, bro. Let me know. Guys, we'll probably go for like 10 more minutes, and then we're jumping right. And by the way, we can keep the Q&A going on Twitch. While we are blasting things out of the sky, you guys can continue to ask us questions. And by the way, on Twitch, we can actually get inappropriate. That's another good thing about Twitch. Justin's like, oh, you son of a bitch. Let's see here. Jake Brower with the super chat. If Palp is returning, then what's the point of Snoke? Dude, okay, so you take that. I have a good theory on this, but I want to know your thoughts. What's the point of Snoke?
The point of Snoke is there is no point to Snoke.
Ooh, that's not going to make fans very happy.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But not everything has to have a point.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. So actually, this is something that Al Schuler and I are working on an incredible Palpatine video. You guys are going to love this thing. Hoping to have it for you next Star Wars Sunday.
It's going to be better than my answer now. That's for sure.
Slightly better. So here's the deal. I believe that Snoke was acting under the command of Palpatine, and that the contingency plan that Palpatine had involved someone seeing that these orders were done. And I think the main focus of Snoke, like I saw people asking on Reddit today, why now? Why did Palpatine wait until now? Well, there's one obvious answer.
Snoke dead.
Luke Skywalker's dead.
Ooh.
So Snoke is hell-bent on removing Skywalker from the board. The homie is literally get off my lawn, Luke, on a planet that he wants nothing to do with anybody. It's still not good enough for Snoke. Still not good enough.
He's still like, let me mobilize an entire military to murder Luke Skywalker.
So the question is,
which you need, by the way.
Well, you do. So freaking why? Freaking why? Well, because that is his command from the true Emperor. And so Snoke, I believe, his whole purpose and the big purpose of the First Order was to eliminate Skywalker from the table. And now that Skywalker is off the table, the plans can start to work. So that's my answer. But, oh, man, if you think that's juicy, wait until you hear this video. Me and Al Schuler have been, we've been mashing our brains together, coming up with some really cool stuff. Professor Zizor says, do Wookiee cookies exist? Well, they do now. They do now. You can't put that back in the bottle. Please send your Wookiee cookies to P.O. Box. No, I'm just kidding. We'll figure that out, though. Guys, we got to make some Wookiee cookies now. That's just a cool... That's how it happens.
It rhymes. That makes it automatically good.
Yes, it does. That's why Dr. Seuss was so successful. Okay, Kaylee says, do you believe the leak saying the rise of Skywalker will be Ben Solo resurrected by Luke after sacrificing him? I've talked about this before, but what do you think?
I think I like that more than what the other leak was saying for, like, how Ben Solo rise. So the other thing this leak said about Ben Solo rising is that he gets pretty much murked by Rey. Like, Rey absolutely annihilates him in a lightsaber fight in the throne room of the old Death Star, Death Star 2. And then Han Solo appears to Ben in a vision and tells him it's not too late to change.
Yeah.
And then Ben sort of like actually changes. But like
that's another thing. Within this
Homie
leak,
murdered his father.
Right. And there's a lot of stuff in this leak that just takes huge logical jumps. So like later on in the leak, it says that Rey is at Palpatine's side in the throne room, similar to the way Vader and Emperor were. And then literally like the next part is, I'm not sure how this happens, but then they team up against Palpatine.
I'm not sure how this happens,
but. Yeah, and it's like, okay, bro, like, awesome. Great leak, Jedi Praxis. Awesome. So there's a lot of like leaps in logic within this leak, but I will agree with you that feels a little corny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It just feels a little corny.
And plus, like, Harrison Ford doesn't want to do Star Wars anymore.
Yeah, he really doesn't. And it would, I mean, I wouldn't be mad if he was in there, but like, it can't just be him being like, hey, it's never too late to change, and then Ben changes. Like,
yeah,
there's got to be something more to it.
Yeah, for sure.
Know? That's why, like, ultimately, I was hoping that if we got this thing where he sees Darkseid Rey, like if Ben sees the vision of Darkseid Rey and he realizes, then he's like, oh no, like I recognize what all this is, this torment, this horribleness. I don't want this for the person I care about. And he somehow that changes him. That's way cooler to me.
Man.
You know
oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's way cooler to me. JJ Fart is fart, guys.
What?
Quote of the day.
Okay.
Quote of the day.
There we go.
Thanks for that.
That is Hemingway tier right there.
Yo, the dank Slav. Speaking with two Slavs here, I mean, that's not gonna get through the filter, bro. Like, just stop. Just stop.
Oh God.
I'm gonna put you in timeout, and it's not even. You're in timeout now.
You can't even see it, but you're in timeout.
Yeah.
No one else can see it in the channel, but he's in timeout for reasons.
Go in the corner and think about what you've done. Think about what you've done. Let's do 2 or 3 more questions as I start to get this Vigigame stream warmed up. Let's see here. Master Yoda, I'm not reading that out loud, but I totally agree.
Oh. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner.
How did that get through?
I need a moment.
How did that get through? That's hilarious.
YouTube's filter not working overtime. I guess.
Yeah, I know, right? Can't wait to see Jedi Finn, the one everyone is forgetting. Boyega pretty much confirmed on his Twitter that he will be force sensitive and use a saber again. Wow, Rick Hunter, can you link that, please?
Please?
That flew right
That's
over
juicy.
my head.
That's like, that's worthy of Josh making a video this week.
Yeah, I think I would have made a couple videos on that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, not everyone needs to be force sensitive. Just saying it again, guys.
Yeah, they definitely don't need to. I know there's a lot of... Here's the one thing I'll say.
That's what I hated the most about that new Old Republic storyline.
Yeah.
Just to reiterate, that was the worst part of that new Old Republic storyline, was all the player characters are now force sensitive. No, I played a smuggler because I didn't want to be force sensitive.
Yeah.
Leave me alone.
There's something to the pride of a Mandalorian warrior race that doesn't have force sensitivity, and they're able to fight against Jedis. Now, they did lose that war, but like, there's something to that.
They gave them a run for their money.
Hell yeah, they did. And there's also this awesome Tar Vizsla character who was the first Mandalorian Jedi. So here's the thing. How is that special if everybody's force sensitive?
Yeah.
It's not.
Nah.
That's not how that works. Let's see here. Kylo possessed by Luke, battling Rey possessed by Palpatine. We actually have talked about that.
And we think it's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, go into that just a little bit more while I get this.
So we did talk about Kylo being possessed by Luke and Rey fighting Palpatine. We thought it would be so poetic and such like a feat of cinematography if they like had Luke Kylo versus Palpatine Rey, and whenever they're clashing sabers, you see this flash of like Ian McDiarmid Palpatine and like actual Mark Hamill Luke Skywalker, they're clashing sabers, and like when there's the flash, you see them there for like a moment, and then when sabers go away again, it's Rey fighting Kylo again. Like, brilliant, beautiful, love it. I would pay money for fan art of that if I had money. Like, I would legitimately pay money for that. If that happens, and you want to make money and you're an artist, make infinity fan art of that and I guarantee people will buy it from you.
Yeah, 100%. Dude.
All right, how do I turn this on?
This TV is really wickedly tricky. We'll have to. Yeah, it's like an undercarriage thing.
What?
And, yeah.
Why do people do this?
Yeah, and that's a Roku TV, and it's so annoying.
Like the Avatar?
Yes. It's just really annoying, but we'll get it sorted out. Give me just 1 second here.
I hate everything that's happening with this right now.
Let's do a couple other questions here while we're getting this figured out. Chewbacca's kids in Episode 9? Dude, that's actually a rumor. I've heard about this because when Jonas was talking at Celebration, this was definitely something that he brought up. And some people said he was talking about his kids, but some people extrapolated that maybe he would be talking about the character's kids as well.
Okay, the power button was in the center, and that's awful.
Yeah, and so actually, I think that is the correct HDMI, but we'll need to turn it on.
I need a remote.
Yeah,
don't I?
It's a way to you can do it underneath there, but it's like real annoying, like the way that it works. We'll get that sorted in just a second.
Can
we get merch?
I hate everything.
Dude, guys, let me just explain something. The Gray Order, we're like this close to launching the Gray Order, and it's going to be dope. And I've already got some awesome ideas for Gray Order merch that we're going to be doing. And in general, for Star Wars Episode 9 is the first time that we're going to do merch for the channel. Like, we'll do Gray Order merch, but we'll also just do Den of Nerds merch. And the channel will have exclusive Episode 9 stuff. So, like, we'll do select designs leading up to Star Wars Episode 9, and then it will go away forever.
Ooh.
And let me know what you think about this. I'm interested in what you guys think. Like, basically, white graphic tees with black silhouettes of some of our favorite Jedi, big on the shirt, and then across the face, sort of like that supreme kind of black bar, right? But it'll say hashtag the Gray Order across the Jedi. So, like, imagine like a Kylo Ren or a Rey silhouette, big graphic tee, all black, and then across the face will just be like the hashtag the Gray Order. What do you think? Yeah, dude.
Can I get an Obi-Wan Kenobi one?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My boy.
Yeah. Where did Al get that hat? He might have got that at Star Wars Celebration, to be completely honest.
Be a touchscreen.
No, it's not. Yeah, you should be sorry. You should be sorry, the dank Slav. I mean, you're giving Slavs a
I'm
bad
sorry
name,
for my behavior, senpai.
Because Justin
I forgive you, Kohai. Yes, I'm a weeb. It happens. Being a weeb's mainstream now, by the way.
Oh, we're on Twitch right now.
Yeah, we are.
Okay, so we're live on Twitch. I'm going to get the link to you guys.
It's fancy.
But you can literally go to twitch.tv/The Den of Nerds. But here, I'll get you
get that link.
Get you the link in here, everybody. And the way this is going down.
Also, the Den of Nerds is all lowercase. I saw someone was posting it all uppercase. That might be why no one was able to find it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Hop on to the Twitch, guys.
To the Twitch.
Hop on to the Twitch. We'll stay in here a little bit just to casually.
I wish I had a second monitor to monitor chat on Twitch. I had to do it from my phone.
Yeah. I know. It's tough. We're going to get the Twitch setup figured out a little bit more. Gray Order is a fan group that we're starting, very similar to the way the Fandom Menace started out of the divisiveness of The Last Jedi, and it was very, let's just say, kind of hatery, kind of anti, very negative, right? Negative, I think is the best way to say it. We are going to create a movement that is fan positive, and the idea of the Gray Order is, I'll just give you a little spoiler for what we've decided. The focus of the Gray Order is to bring together different sides of the fandom in this fan war and be focused together on positivity and anticipation towards Episode 9. It is completely about being positive and positive focused towards Episode 9. Now, within that, because it's gray and it's Gray Jedi and it's Gray Order, we're going to allow people that have different views. Like, hey, if you don't like The Last Jedi, that's fine.
You can be critical.
You can be critical.
While still liking a thing.
Be respectful, though. We want you to be respectful. Now, ultimately, it's the internet. We can't control people, and if they want to be trolls, they're going to be trolls. But what the Gray Order is is a fan organization that is positive focused on Episode 9. It is bringing different pieces of the fan base together with regards to Episode 9. That's what we're focusing on. So let's see here. We got a couple people in here on the Twitch.
Popping in.
Hop on.
What do I do?
Hop on to the Twitch. It's the one all the way to the left, I believe. Nope.
That's volume.
Middle. Let's try.
It's also volume. Middle was what turned it on.
Yeah. Now go. Now use like the volume to go down to that. I believe it actually is the first one. HDMI. I think you're in HDMI 1. Yeah, that.
It says ARC. So something's happening here.
Yeah, something's happening.
Up.
Okay, there we are. Now you're gonna want to turn your volume down, and I'm actually gonna jack mine up so that we can get audio through the mics.
Goodbye volume.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Want to smash? I mean, we could do some smash, but it's Star Wars Sunday, baby. We're doing smash. Yo, nice. Okay, I see people coming into the Twitch chat. Guys on Twitch, you won't be able to hear us for just a second until we switch the audio over. But yeah, guys, do me a favor. I'll put it in here again.
Is Battlefront 2 the disc in here?
If you want to keep on streaming with us this afternoon, click that link. Go over to the Twitch where we are going to be streaming Battlefronts 2. And
there it is.
We're going to be getting into a lot of juicy stuff with it.
And this is not my Battlefront account. I play on PC.
Yes, but it's, yeah.
But I still play on PC with a controller.
Yep. Yep. So
spooky.
Come on over. Okay, yeah, I see you. Yeah, there's not going to be any sign over here until we switch it.
Yeah.
So we'll be switching it in just a second.
Give us a sec.
Nice. Okay, I see people. Guys, come on over to the Twitch and have some fun with us.
That's not how you hold note.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, bad note holding. I'm going to start jacking up this volume here. Let's get into DOS Battlefront.
It's taking forever to load. Why are there no costumes for Boba Fett, Josh?
I was actually thinking about that.
He's on my shirt.
Why wouldn't they have the Jango?
Why are there no costumes for Boba Fett?
Be able to have Jango's
Why isn't there Jango? Why isn't there...
And the Mandalorian from the new show.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully there's time. They can.
You know what? They'll probably just add her as a new hero.
Yeah, that sounds good. Wait, no, it's a dude. The Mandalorian and... Whoa, you mean Sabine?
Yeah.
That's on Rebels. Yeah. They should have her, too. She's amazing.
Press A to play as Gilo828.
Yep. All right, guys. See ya. We're going to get on out of here. I'm switching the audio over to Twitch.
It's time.
One more time with the link. Spamming our own link. Yep, no sound over there, but it's coming. It's coming, I promise. Okay.
Oh, God. Gilo's account's at level 1, isn't it?
Yeah, he just downloaded it last night.
Oh, my gosh.
All right, guys. We're going to get out of here, YouTube. Come join us on Twitch if you're watching this. We're going to be going for a couple more hours over there. As we always say, we hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and we'll see you
on Twitch.
Oh,